Hey everybody, it's Thursday. It's the 30th of April and tomorrow's the 1st of May. It's supposed to be end of lockdown tomorrow, but it's not. But we've got a great workout for you today, so let's cheer up on that one. So because it's the end of month, we've got an end of month workout and not an end of lockdown workout though. So this won't be the last one. Alrighty. So let's have, but it will be the last one for the month. And then tomorrow's a new one. So today we have 3 movements again. We have a triplet and we're only doing 3 rounds today. So you'll notice because we're only doing 3 rounds here, it means our volume over here is going to be a little bit higher. Whereas the last few days we've had low volume movements here, but higher rounds. Okay, so we're going to do 18 curtsy lunges, which I'll show you what we're going to do. We've got 18 Russian twists with ground taps side to side, and we've got 30 air squats. Okay, and we're doing 3 rounds of that. So you can hear it sounds like a lot. It's probably going to end up working like a bit of a sprint. You probably work probably up to 10 minutes. Shouldn't take you much longer than 10 minutes for this one today. So curtsy lunges. We go the 18 curtsy lunges. If you're not doing curtsy lunges, I'll show you what those are going to be because I think you can already imagine them. If you just do normal straight lunges, if you're not doing lunges, either because of hips and knees, I'm going to substitute those for mountain climbers. So a completely different movement, but it will save your legs a little bit, and where you can put your work into the squats for your leg work. Then we're doing 18 Russian twists, side to side on the Russian twists, and we'll go through that, and then we'll also see if we can find some kind of an object or a weighted object to make those twists a little bit more difficult, or we'll show you how to do them without a weight. And we're doing 30 air squats. There's not any other scaling movements for the air squat other than to reduce your reps on the squats. Okay. So let's have a look at your movement. So your curtsy lunges first. So you're going to look a little bit like this. So you're going to stand, feet shoulder width apart, make sure the stomach stays tight, keep the chest up. And as a normal curtsy would be a curtsy like this. It wasn't such a good curtsy. Curtsy. Now we do the same thing, but we're going to step back with that leg across into a lunge. You're going to step back, lunge. Okay, this work is going to do the work in the glute. You're going to press up with that front leg. Okay, make sure this knee isn't bending too far. It comes back to here. Press back up, side. Step back a touch. Oop, and press. Step, press, step, press. Okay. Obviously, you're going to be warm before you start this. Right? If your curtsy lunges aren't that comfortable, it's something that you need to really practice. The stepping across. Okay, there's diagonal movement in the hips. Keep that core nice and tight. Make sure the knees are safe, and press. If the curtsy lunges don't feel comfortable, either because there's too much twisting in the knee or the ankle, then go for straight lunges. You're going to step back, pressing up, okay, step back, make sure the weight's on the heels, pressing up with that front hip, press, press, press. If the lunges aren't great, right, or if your knees or your hips or your ankles don't like them so much, we're going to the mountain climbers. So mountain climbers, right, we're going to step in, shoulder blades pull back, knee comes up, change, 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 and remember to get as much work into the obliques and keeping that rib cage connected. Tummy stays tucked in. Keep the shoulders over the top of the hands. Change, 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 change. All right, so that's going to be your mountain climbers. Then we're going to go into a Russian twist. So ideally, what you've got is either a medicine ball or a dumbbell, or if you can find like a 5-liter jug, 5-liter bottle or something with a cap on, fill it up with water. Right, that will give you 5 kilograms to work with. Your Russian twists, feet on the floor. You're going to lean back into your abdominals, so you're not leaning into your lower back here. So you got to keep this rib cage connected, pull down, keep the work here. Right, if you're strong enough, you're going to bring your feet up off the floor. Keep the elbows tucked inside. Touch, 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 touch. If you're not strong enough, you can keep your feet on the floor. Okay, as long as you're not feeling that lower back, ribcage stays connected. Same thing. Touch, touch, touch. If you don't have a weight or something that you can use to give it a little bit more of a weighted movement, what you can do is you're going to focus on keeping these elbows tucked in, and you're going to touch the hand, touch, touch, touch. You can just even keep your hands together, touch, and you're going to really feel this work into the obliques on each side. Again, if you need to put your feet down, you can. If this leaning back is too much for the lower back to handle, then what you're going to do is you're going to come across, You're going to come across and try and get your elbows to the knees across the body, so you're getting those obliques to work, or even a single leg across the body, lower back staying nice and flat, cross, cross, cross. Right, so those are your options for your stomach work, okay, or for your Russian twists. Right, next one off the Russian twists, right, is going to be into your air squats, feet are shoulder width apart, okay, feet slightly turned out, knees pressing open, sit back into your hips, press, sit back into a squat, press, 30 air squats. If the 30 air squats are too much for you, reduce your reps down to 20 reps. Right? One round, 18 there, 18 there, 30 air squats. One round, do 3 rounds as fast as possible. There's no rest in between. Get your heart rate up as high as you can. And that's the workout for Thursday, today. All right, guys. If you need a bit of a warm-up briefing, we're going to go through that now, as well as any scaling options. We also have a bit of a squat challenge. Right, this next month, coming up in May, we're having a look at improving our squat position, trying to get you nice and deep, opening on your hip mobility. We've already started it this last few days with a bit of a squat test at the bottom, and I'm going to take you through those movements in our warm-up briefing now. Right, guys, so you warm up. We've got 5 minutes on the clock to warm up. Either you're running, doing shuttle runs across the garden or up and down the passage. You're going to skip or you're going to row. You can do your fast feet for 5 minutes, get that heart rate going. Then we're going to do 5 to 10 reps on each side of our hip flow movement. We're going to do some wall slides, we're going to do some air squats, we're going to do some jumping jacks to get that heart rate going. Before we get into this part here, we're going to get those hips and shoulders nice and warm a little bit. So have a look at when you look at this hip flow. All right. So there are different hip flows that we do. The one that we commonly use is what we're probably going to stick with. You're going to come down into a bit of a step. You're going to step through. You're going to drop his hips down a bit. 3, 2, 1. Drop the knee down. Press the knee out the side. Come back to the middle. Rotate. Back. Push back to the shoulders. And step. 3, 2, 1. Knee down to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Knees out to the side. Come back to the middle. Press. Stretch. Push back to the shoulders. And step. 3, 2, 1. Knee down, the other side. 3, 2, 1. Turn to the side. 3, 2, 1. And back. Okay, there's a nice flow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hands back to the floor. Press. And step. Okay, I think you got the idea, right? And we're looking for 5 reps on each side. Take your time. You're not trying to rush the movement. You need that 3, 4, 5 seconds in each position just to increase your range of movement. If you go too quickly, it's not going to be of any real benefit to you. Right, so that's going to be your hip flow that we're going to do. Then we're going to do some wall slides. Right, the wall slides are going to help to open up the shoulders a little bit. I'm going to shake you over here. We're going to come to the wall. And you're going to start probably about 6 inches away from the wall. You're going to lean back. So your lower back, go your hips, your shoulders are on the wall. Okay, there's this little arch in the lower back. You're going to try and push that lower back flat into the floor. You're going to bring your elbows, keep your head on the wall, and you're going to try and get, it's going to be difficult for most of us, the wrists back onto the wall. And we're going to do wall slides. You're going to keep the elbows tucked in. You're going to press. Reach up as high as you can. Don't let the elbows come off. Elbows on the wall. Press. 1, 2. If it's a little bit too difficult, you may find your head comes up slightly, or you may need to bring your lower back slightly off the wall and keep reaching. Shoulders. Press. You're going to make Ys. X's. Press. Okay, remember to try and get the lower back flat if you can. Wrists. I'm going to do it about 10. Nice and slow. You've got to squeeze the shoulder blades together to get the body back on the wall. Okay, try it out. A good place to do it is on a door, okay, where there's enough space for you to move it. If you've got a wall where you've got enough space to slide your hands up and down on the wall, then they're great. If you do it on a door, make sure you do it on the door that closes, not, don't lean it and then it opens that way. Don't have an accident. Okay, that's going to be your wall slide, so about 10 wall slides. Then we do an air squat with an up and over fence. There's going to be an air squat. Oh, open up the hips, open up the hips, air squat, open up the hips, open up the hips, air squat, and you're doing 10 air squats, 10 over fence, right, in total. Then we're going to do 20 jumping jacks. So 20 jumping jacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 jumping jacks. Okay, so that's quick and easy. This will, the mobility on, you can go back into wall slides, open up the shoulders, 10 air squats, up and over fence, 20 jumping jacks, do 2 rounds of that. It'll get you moving nice and warm. Get your shoulders open, get your hips nice and open. Then, that's going to be your warm-up. We're going to use this time in the squat prep or the squat challenge to get you ready to squat and warm over here as well. So we're doing 10 Cossack squats with a 5-second pause on each side. So your Cossack squat. Right, what we're looking for is to try and open up these adductors as much as possible. By opening and working on this mobility here, it allows a better position of getting this body through the middle here. So if you're very tight, you're going to feel like you're doing this, okay? And it's going to limit your squat position. So you've got to try and open and get deep here. So the hands on the floor, preferably. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, bend your knees. And all you're going to do is you're going to push yourself to the side. And you'll feel inside of the leg stretch. 3, 2, 1. Other side stretch. 3, 2, 1. Other side stretch. Remember to push those hips backwards and hold. Oh, we're going to hold for 5 seconds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change other side. Stretch and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you warm up, try and get a little bit deeper. And you can start turning. Try and keep your feet flat as much as possible. Weight is on my heels. I'm not on my toes here. And then I'm going to try and push those heels up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, we're doing 10 in total. So it's 5 each side. So that's going to be your Cossack squats. And then we're going to do a wall squat. Okay. So we're going to go back to the wall. Let's have a quick look at the wall. The wall squat, remember we did this outside our garage the other day. Okay. And what we're looking for is we're going to try and get the toes and the knees as close to the wall as possible without the body collapsing forward. All right, so from here, I'm going to start on the side. All right, from there, start with a bit of a gap between the wall and the toes to begin. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start, keep those arms overhead. If that may be too much for you, keep the hands a little bit wider to begin, and you're pressing backwards. Try not to have those knees come towards the wall first. Hips press back, hips press back, hips press back. Turn those feet out slightly. Press those knees open, press those knees open. Hips back, and you can feel my way to sitting here. Body's upright, stand. Do 2 or 3 of those. Right, if you're comfortable, get a little bit closer. Keep those hands there. Hips press back, knees press open, knees press open. Nice and deep. Press, stand. A little bit closer. Okay, and depending on your mobility in your shoulders, if you haven't got great mobility, this overhead position is going to be more difficult. You maybe need to be more here. If you've got good shoulder mobility, you can really challenge. Let's see if I can do this one. A little bit closer, and hips press back. Press, hips, 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 nice and deep. Press. I surprised myself. Let's do one more. Toes right on the wall. Press, 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 press. All right, so that's going to be your wall squats, and we're going to do 3 rounds of that. Take your time with it. Again, use the position, use the movement to deepen each one of your positions in your squats and to work on the mobility inside your legs. Keep that stomach tight, the lower back. All of this is going to feel like it's working. And we're doing 3 rounds. So 5 Cossack squats each side, 10 in total, 5-second pause, 10 wall squats, trying to get closer to the wall. Try and bring your arms closer together. 10 wall squats, 3 rounds. It is a lot of volume. Okay, or it feels like a lot of time doing it. That's the purpose. Okay, the purpose is to start building proficiency in those bottom movements, start building better mobility, better positions in each one of your squats. It's going to be a better squat overall. All right, guys, that's your squat challenge. Last little bit before the workout. Okay, that squat challenge will get you nice and warm as well. Workout prep. You're going to go through each of the movements, check your scaling options. If you're doing your curtsy lunges, do your curtsy lunges. If you don't feel comfortable with the curtsy lunges, go for the just normal reverse lunges. If lunges don't feel great at all, or if you need to take some work out of your legs, go for those mountain climbers, right? 18 on each side. So it's 18 mountain climbers if you're going to do it, 18 lunges. 18 Russian twists, side to side if you can. If you can use the elbows, then just move the hands from side to side. If you're not doing that, you're lying on your back, do some kind of a safe progression to make sure your low back is nice and safe. 30 air squats. All right, do about 10 to 15 reps on each one of those movements. If you feel good, set your clock, set your stopwatch, smash the last workout of the month. Be ready for a new workout tomorrow, the 1st of May. Cheers, guys.